Everybody, this is Derek Wright with the Rocky Mountain Sasquatch organization. I decided to take a few minutes here and do a little bit of a breakdown, slow up of a video that we took last weekend. Kelly and Jen made their way up to Rough Hollow for the first time this year and was able to catch something that appears to move up a hillside. This is in conjunction with getting some wood knocks and also some screams from the same hillside. Now, there's not a video to distinctly say, well, this is what this is. It's more so just to show that it appears that there is, in fact, something that moves up this mountain. Going to rule out a mountain lion just because the color of the subject does not appear it's to be a mountain lion. It's quite a bit darker than any mountain lion I've seen or come across. Could be wrong. Who knows? There's whatever, but I don't think it's a mountain lion. It seems to be like a darker brown than a typical mountain lion would be. So what I've done here is I've slowed it down. We're going to let it run. I can do some frame by frames. And then I've also got another clip that I'm hoping works, that I've done kind of a rock steady, basically to get rid of some of the camera movement, to hold the camera into a single place and allow you to look at it that way as well. But let's get started with letting this thing run in slow motion. What we're going to be looking at is kind of up here in this area. In fact, let's let it play, and then I'll show you where it is here. Left to the right, dark brown, and moving right up right there is where it is. Okay, you can see it a little bit darker, and you can see how it changes the shade within the trees of where this thing is located. Let me get back here again, and we're going to let it run again. Right up here, you start seeing it right there, and it moves up into the trees. Okay, now let's go ahead and we're going to go back, and we'll do a little bit frame by frame on this thing. Let me get up a little bit further, and I'll point out when I start seeing it. See this little dark spot right here? Mouse is right over top of it right now. I'll move straight down. That's kind of in the area of where we're looking. You can start seeing it right above my mouse right now. Just a little bit darker. We'll move it here a little bit further. And get out from behind that tree from the movement. What we're looking at is this dark shape right here. Now it is bouncing around. You're kind of seeing the tail end of it, the back end of it right there. As you can tell, it starts disappearing. It was right here within this, and it's still right here heading up this direction. You can see how it kind of blends in and disappears basically into the hillside and the trees, the bush. You can actually see, if you didn't notice there, let me go back a little bit. You can see a total color changing of where the dark brown bleeds up into this higher bush that's higher up on the hillside. This thing was initially down here and moved up into this area. So it was distinctly below this larger bush right here. And you're seeing kind of the darker brown right here. We'll back up a little bit here. Now just kind of watch it. A little bit faster as it goes up. And you can see the color blend into the trees higher up in this thing. Now, I agree the camera's moving around. You get a little bit different perspective of it, but not that much. I mean, we're talking something just moved 20, 25 feet up this hillside, you know, and we have a camera that's bouncing, you know, an inch or two at best, probably. All right, I'll give it a little bit more than that if, you know, Kelly took 3 or 4 steps that were a little bit rough. Anyway, let me bust out this other one here. This I did a rock steady. Right here, I've already got it to where you're looking at the back end of the subject. And we're going to let this run, and I hope it runs decent, actually, just letting it run full speed. I still got it slowed down a little bit, but this is it right here. But you're going to notice that it's quite a bit more stable. So go ahead and let it run. As you can see, something distinctly disappears and heads up into that hillside. It'll restart here again in a second. Starting over right now. But something's moving up that hillside. And I think that's pretty conclusive that there is, in fact, something moving up that hillside. So, all that being said, we have a 17-inch Bigfoot trackway. 17-inch, okay? And just to throw that out there, even a large black bear in the Rocky Mountain Sasquatch, or Rocky Mountains, a large one, you're talking 7-inch rear footprint and a 5-inch front footprint. Even if you want to say we got a freakishly large one and add an inch or 2 or maybe 3 inches to that. You got 7 and 5, and the last time I checked, that's around 12 inches. You give it 3 more inches, you're up to 15 inches. This is a 17-inch footprint that distinctly toes the whole works. It's got a larger hill where, if you're familiar with the black bear, it kind of has more of a V-shaped hill towards the back end of it. That's nowhere near as thick as what a hill of a Sasquatch would be. So we have trackway leading up in this direction. About 5 or 6 prints or so is what he picked up. We do actually have mountain lion tracks, 5-inch, so it's a big tomcat. And some bear prints. So I believe Kelly's going to release those a little bit later on. But this point, I think that was pretty much shows what I've got to show, what I've seen in this video. So I appreciate you guys for taking your time to sit down and watch this. And please stick with Rocky Mountain Sasquatch. I think we got a lot of fun stuff coming up this year. Take care.